Good morning. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. We're back on the target range today. But Guy and I, we're just going for a walk. I hope you'll come with. As you know, over the last 6 or 7 episodes, we've removed a lot of trees out of this target range belt, as far down as you can see. And sure enough, you can see bits and pieces of that big red blanket down at the very far end of the range. So before we remove any more trees, we wanted to just go for a walk, take the old STIHL pole saw out, and start trimming back any branches or limbs that are blocking the view. I think that'll give us an opportunity to see what's really blocking and whether we need to fell any more trees or exactly which trees to fell. So, it's a gorgeous morning out here. Beautiful day for a walk. And trust me, I need the exercise. Hope you'll stick around. Fancy new combi can that leaks all over. I picked up a new addition to the fleet recently. I've had it for about a month. It's made by Husqvarna and it's called a combi can. It's not the one I wanted, but the one I wanted appears to only be sold overseas. And I know that there's one online store down in the US that I can get it from, but the cost is just crazy prohibitive. Either way, I paid a lot for this, about $75 Canadian. I can get kind of a general, normal, everyday combi can or one of the regular 1-gallon cans that has a second container for your oil for about 20 bucks, 25 bucks. This thing was certainly a little expensive. However, I wanted to give it a try regardless. The one that they make in Europe has a no spill, no drip, and it has an automatic shut off. So when you're fueling or you're putting oil into the chainsaw, once the reservoir fills up, it stops. This one doesn't. Jury's kind of out on it right now because I've used it a number of times and the oil seems to work pretty good. It comes out at a very slow rate, so you don't trip, which is pretty good. However, not so much for the gas. I'll show you in a second. Yes, sir. See how nice and clean my STIHL oil is compared to your Husqvarna nasty stuff you give me?
I don't know about that. Look how dirty your stuff is.
Oh. Hey, is that mine? If you're anything like me, you pretty much spill gas or oil every time you fill your chainsaw. I still do. I like the oil spout, it's not bad. When you try to fill with gas, although this is supposed to be a no-spill gas can, I'm not sure if I'm doing it wrong, but every time I take this gas cap out, it drips gas and soaks my gloves. It has one of these fancy stoppers where you can stop the flow, which does work well. It constantly drips out of this nozzle. And I'm not sure why. It's almost like it's trapping gas in there, and every time you tilt it or you pull it off, whatever gas is trapped in there drips out everywhere. The stopper does work, which is kind of nice. But if it's going to drip fuel every time I use it, I'm not sure what the point of it is. And I'm not sure if it was worth my $75. The reason why I chose to spend the money on it and to get it was kind of in the spirit of one and done. If I can carry one less thing into the forest, I think that's a good thing. If the gas can leaks every time you use it, not a good thing. Either way, I'll continue using it over the summer and I'll give you guys updates, whether or not it was worth the $75 or not.
Good.
Folks, remember this rock? This is the rock that Guy painted when we first started trying to get the center line on this range. Hardly recognizable, is it? Oh, Guy, it was a good thing that we started building this before the forest, the canopy started filling in.
We couldn't have done it.
What a difference. Wow.
212 meters.
Wow. 212 from here, which is roughly the midpoint, right? Okay. Well, looks like I got a little work to do. I just wanted to take a minute out. I promised you folks I'd give you updates on this new forestry helmet throughout the summer. If you recall, I got it in March, and I've pretty much used nothing but this helmet since. It's the Protos helmet. It's called the Integral Arborist, and as you see, I got a little custom version, and I love it. This helmet is everything they promised and more. I know it was pricey, but my goodness, comfort, absolute comfort and quality. I love this helmet. I can't find a single thing wrong with it. It is so comfortable without a word of a lie. After a few minutes of wearing it, you forget it's on your head. That's how comfortable it is. The earmuffs, super comfortable. I love the way it hugs the back of my skull, nice and comfy. And the biggest surprise for me was the sweatband. They said they used some type of material that helps to wick or absorb the sweat. But honest to goodness, not once have I had sweat dripping down my forehead like with the other helmets. It does somehow hold all the sweat in there. Or I guess you should say perspiration. Anyways, was it worth the money? For the amount of work I'm doing here in the forest, you bet it was. Shall we head to the end?
Might as well.
All right, my friend. Well, my friends, I'm standing at the old yellow rock where this all began several months ago. I'm looking halfway, roughly halfway back to the beginning of the range, right by the greenhouse. You can see the white doors there. Hopefully you guys can see it. Nice and clear through for now. I think we've done some pretty good work on this part of the range. But there's more work yet to come. Hopefully you can see Guy down there waving. He's right by the red blanket. We've got a few more trees we're gonna have to fell out of the way. I'm gonna head down to the other end by the blanket, clear out some of that canopy, a little bit of those leaves and branches. And I guess in the next week or two, we're gonna have to start working on this other half of the range. But she's shaping up. I made it. Hey, boy, it sure looks different, eh? Boy, amazing what it's like. It comes alive right before your eyes. You don't even realize it. Yeah, I think. Well, you and Husky Bob, man, always gonna be jokers.
Didn't want it falling out.
Well, thank you. That's very kind.
All I hear is whine, sniffle, sniffle. I lost my knob.
All right, I'm on. We're rolling.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. Done.
meters.
352 meters. Nice.
And 0 degrees.
0 degrees right from here. Well, my friends, looks like we did a pretty reasonable job on the first half. We can see really clearly, lots of width, but I think the next few episodes we're gonna have to focus on the back half. There's still a number of big trees back there we're gonna have to fell. And of course, as you probably noticed today, we've still got a lot of wood on the ground that we've got to skid back out of there and haul back up to the woodshed. I appreciate you sticking around with us today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Have a wonderful week with your families. Please be kind to one another. And I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers. Well, 52, 53, tomato. Not the 400 you were looking for. You're not gonna make me keep cutting back, are you?
Oh, it's tempting.
Well, hey.
Only 50 more meters.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just keep cutting.